Hello students, this is your biology class. So student, in our previous lecture, we have learned about digestion. So we know that mouth is the main and digestion take place. Mouth is an important part. So through a mouth, help to inhale or exhalation. So in a buccal cavity, we understand which step considered for digestion and what is the process. So first of all, nutrition. In video we have learned obtaining nutrition is a 5-step process in human. First step is ingestion, second is digestion, third is absorption, fourth is assimilation, and fifth is digestion. So we learn each step and the organ associated with them in few lessons. So nutrition, we will learn about mouth where exhalation and digestion take place. How? We learn later. Why it is important to chew our food. So reason why is important to chew our food. It is important to chew our food to break down into mechanically and to mix with the saliva. So what part of mouth helps with chewing? Actually, the mouth helps with chewing. The teeth is the part which help to chewing our food, and tongue helps in mixing food. So further, teeth, we have different type of teeth which have different function. So students, these slide indicate type of teeth. There are some special name. We starting from front of the teeth. The first 4 teeth is known as incisor, and next 2 teeth is called canine, and last from the fourth from the last is known the premolar, and last 2 teeth is called molar teeth. So student, type of teeth. Molar is broad and flat that help to crushing and chewing the grinding food. Then premolar, flat surface that help to crush food. And next is canine, sharp edge that help to tear food. And so first one is incisor. Incisor bite and cut the food. So that is the function. So saliva. Saliva is produced and released by salivary gland. Saliva has 2 functions. First is digestion and second is moisten the food we eat. So function of saliva, digestion. Saliva break down the starch into sugar. So that is the main function of saliva. First of all, salivary gland which release the saliva, mixing with food we eat, and last one is breaks starch into sugar. So in moisten the food so that it can be easily swallowed. That is salivary gland, release of saliva. Third one is mixing with food we eat, and third one is moisten the food. So structure of the tongue. The tongue is the fleshy muscular organ attached at back to the floor of the buccal cavity. So its the front part can be moved in all direction. Function of the tongue, the tongue has two functions: mixing the saliva with the food, and second one is help in sensing the taste of food. That is very important function of a tongue. So function of a tongue, in this slide we have seen the tongue mixing the saliva with food during chewing and form a balls. So balls is a ball like mixture of a food and saliva that is swallowed. So in this slide, which is circle in a red part, this is the balls being swallowed. Function of the tongue: we taste the food we eat with our tongue. It has taste buds that detect different taste. So students, these are the function of tongue and type of teeth we have learned. So students, now we practice some question 5.3 and 9.1. So first question number 9, label the part of human digestion system and describe the structure and function of each. So first is salivary gland. Structure is, it is present in buccal cavity. So function: salivary gland secrete the saliva, a clear liquid that is a mixture of a water and digestive enzymes. So second one is, it moistens the food and helps break down the complex substances starch into simple sugar. And second is mouth. So structure: the mouth contains teeth, tongue and salivary glands. Functions: the mouth help in adhesion and digestion of the food into simpler substance. So question number 5.3 on SB12. So students, this is experimental based case. Test tube A consists of water and 1 teaspoon of boiled rice. Test tube B consists of water and 1 teaspoon of boiled rice that has been chewed for 5 minutes. So 2 drops of iodine solutions are added to both test tubes. So test tube A changed to a blue color, and whereas test tube B does not. So what happened and what is the reason the test tube B do not change our color and test tube A why they change color? So students, I think the test tube B does not change color because starch in the boiled rice would have been broken into sugar while chewing. Iodine changes color when it reacts with starch, as there is no starch in test tube B. So that's why iodine does not change color. So that is the reason. Students, further we have to going to discuss esophagus and stomach. So what happened to food after chewing? The food passes from a mouth to esophagus, and the esophagus is a long and muscular tube that connects the end of the mouth to the stomach. Peristaltic movement of esophagus. So when food enters the esophagus, its wall contract and relax to produce wave-like movements called peristalsis. So in this figure, this represent the direction of a food and wave how inhale and how food move in esophagus. The balls passes through the esophagus due to peristaltic movement. So one end of mouth is connect with stomach. So when balls enter the stomach, the esophagus is the only used to transport the food and no digestion take place in it. Only transport function is the esophagus. So in the stomach thick walled bag, it's shaped like a flattened J shape and it is widest part for digestion system. The function of a stomach is they secrete hydrochloric acid and mucus and digestive juices, each of which perform a specific function. Mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices, these acids which help to digest the food. So what function of digestive juice and hydrochloric acid? So main function, digestive juice break down large protein present in partially digested food into simpler substance called amino acid. So mixing with digestive juice. So first is protein. The partially digested food contain enter the stomach and mix with digestive juice. This juice, digestive juices, break down into simpler protein. This simpler protein is known as amino acid. So what is the function of hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acid kill any harmful bacteria in food and provide the appropriate condition for digestion. So stomach secrete hydrochloric acid. How come the acid doesn't harm our stomach? The stomach secrete hydrochloric acid. The mucus secreted by stomach protect the inner lining of the stomach from the hydrochloric acid. So there is the main function of stomach. The stomach receive food from esophagus, digest further and pass the partially digested food to small intestine. The secret mucus and hydrochloric acid and digestive juices with help in break down complex nutrients in food into simple substance. So that is the function of a stomach. Students, if you have any queries related to digestion through a mouth to stomach transport, so text me anytime related to your queries and doubts. Happy learning.